My chick mentioned my name, but devil man's trying to get attention again. Told you before, this year is the year of the real fake niggas get left in the rain. Think cause I'm up there sitting on the plane that I can't really hear what the people are saying. But I can hear everything loud and clear, and they're telling me to tell you to stay in your lane. Lord of the mic, fam, I could have clashed any man, but I said fam, let me clash devil man.
Alright, it is time for another video. The working title for this one is Thelema, Yay, and Ba'a Lenciaga. Although, well, that might change by the time this video releases, I'm not entirely sure. I'll probably have to fit Tate in there somehow, these Tate brothers. And why is that? Well, because everyone's been doing a madness over the festive. Ye got us started with his appearance on the Tim Pool podcast, and well, his walkout, I should say. Not really an appearance, but his walkout. There was this Balenciaga scandal, and and now the Tate brothers have been arrested. So Tate really piqued my interest, Andrew Tate, when he when he dropped the term karmic retribution. Right, this is what I've coined metaphysical coverage, because, well, I haven't read those texts, whatever text it is that these Tate brothers read. I ain't read those texts. But they read the text, and Andrew Tate decided to drop the deets on karmic retribution. And basically it is if they told you that they sold you poison and you bought it anyway, well, they're innocent.
This is why they show you and tell you what they're doing. If I show you and tell you that we are pedophiles and you continue to buy our products, then you're supporting pedophilia, and you are obviously okay with us being pedophiles. If I do it hidden behind your back, then you can argue and say, I didn't know they were pedophiles. But by showing you, I've shown you I'm a pedophile, but it actually goes a level deeper than that. Satanists, people who worship Satan, believe in karmic retribution. They believe that they can suffer the consequence of lying and tricking you. So the very simple premise is this.
Right, that's how they believe the world works. That's so elucidated to them by Lucifer Lightbringer. Why do they call him Lightbringer? Because by their creation myth, it was Lucifer who brought man fire. How did Lucifer bring fire? By being cast down from heaven, and he struck a tree on his way down. Really, what it was, by their logic, is some lightning struck a tree, and the monkeys around, they picked up one of the fallen branches that were on fire. Oh, we got fire now. But anyway, the Tate brothers, they've now been arrested for trafficking. Very interesting. Very interesting. By my reckoning, these Tate brothers are elite pimps. I don't know what they would have told anybody in that Hustlers University thing that they're in. It looks like a lightweight Ponzi scheme, but anyway, right? Hustle real hard and all of that shit. But yeah, it looks to me like the Tate brothers are elite pimps, as well as whatever they're being accused of now. Allegedly, all of this, they are allegedly elite pimps. They have allegedly read the Thelemite text. They allegedly have knowledge of all of this. I mean, he's the one talking about the Matrix all the time, innit? Well, about that. So yeah, the Tate brothers, they've been arrested for trafficking. Have they probably done some trafficking? Yeah, Top G, he is an elite pimp. Who is his clientele? I don't know. And that clientele list will never be coming out, especially if he is trafficking any minors. Well, I should say. It looks like a pair of them are in trouble. But anyway, back onto the topic of karmic retribution. Right, who elucidated this? Who elucidated this to them in the modern times? Well, it was Aleister Crowley, big time wizard, occultist, and Satanist Aleister Crowley. He's the one who came up with Thelema, do what thou wilt. And for that to work, you actually need karmic retribution. Well, you have to treat karmic retribution as real. And Aleister Crowley, he's also, quote unquote, should I say famous? I'm going to say known for infamous, perhaps better term. But he is infamous for treating magic as a science. Okay, he spelled magic with a CK specifically at the end, instead of just the magic with the C's, party magic, magic with a K, game magic. I said video game just to be specific, video game magic, like in an RPG, that would usually have a K or something in there. And sans the C, or it would have the C. But for Aleister Crowley, it's a CK at the end. He's treating it as a science, and karmic retribution was, well, one of his elucidations. Yeah, he is a Thelemite. He wrote those texts. And likewise, he met with the future founder of Wicca, Gerald Gardner. Why am I mentioning this Gerald Gardner brother now? Well, because I got to cover Baal Lenciaga at some point in this video. And also because, well, the Wicca thing is kind of wider spread than people might imagine in the Hollyweird sphere. Alright, there's Marina Abramovich. She's known for spirit cooking and Wicca, and she has associations with the Democrat Party, with Hillary Clinton. Likewise, Kamala Harris's stepdaughter has some association with Baal Lenciaga. She is allegedly a model there. I'll get into her another day, perhaps, if I deem it safe to do so. So, in the midst of all of this, Takeoff got murdered. Suppose I should say, rest in peace, Takeoff. Now, this is a ritual sacrifice that's been done here. I mean, there's no secret. Everybody knows. I mean, that's. I'm glad it's actually common knowledge on some level. Now. But yeah, this was a ritual sacrifice. What's the giveaway? J. Prince Jr. wanted to know where the chain that Takeoff was wearing was. The chain went missing. He was more worried about the chain than the situation. So, I can't find a pic of whatever chain Takeoff was so wearing on that day. I might actually search for it when looking for this again, but I doubt anything new will come up. But I found another pic of a chain that Takeoff was wearing. What's interesting about this pic? Well, about this necklace. Well, that necklace is a Saturnian necklace. If I compare it to Zelensky's presidential necklace, Ukraine is brand spanking new country. And really, their government is a front for a lot of things, that Ukrainian government. But it's probably not quite safe to talk about that yet, because we are in the fog of war. But anyway, Zelensky's necklace and Takeoff's necklace, these are Saturnian necklaces. Alright, the Saturnian, that's another one of these sects that these religious sects that they got in the back that all preach some or another aspect of the Babylonian Kemetic mystery school system. Right, now I gotta get into Pan the Goat God. Right, Pan the Goat God is an allegory to Baal, or the Baphomet, or Nimrod, son of Cush, or Chaos. Alright, so Balenciaga. Why am I mentioning Pan the Goat God? And yet, the goats that everyone's trying to crown in the sports and all of that, those are your sacrifices to Pan in this here society. So, am I saying to stop doing that? I mean, no one's going to stop doing it, so it doesn't matter one way or the other. But anyway, Baal Lenciaga, they had their fashion shoot with the child in the bondage gear. Okay, so this Balenciaga image, look, I can barely believe that they actually put this image out. Alright, like the bondage gear is like, it's okay, they put some bondage gear around the kid, it's whatever. This isn't anything new. They've been announcing the P of the Alphabet Mafia for, I don't know, a decade, 2 decades now. They've been doing it for time. This isn't anything new. What is interesting here is the rabbit They've got the White Rabbit. This girl over here, I'm not particularly interested in what her name is. She will be known in the future anyway. She's under Alice in Wonderland programming, right? She's named Acid. This is why she's got the White Rabbit. If you remember from The Matrix, Follow the White Rabbit. And that was an allegory to Alice in Wonderland itself. And Alice in Wonderland, she followed the White Rabbit, fell down the rabbit hole, and she was placed in the Upside Down. Now, they've put the White Rabbit here because, well, partly this is for the general public. They need the general public to go down the rabbit hole. Alright, this is all part of the karmic retribution. Alright, they need the general public to go down the rabbit hole and find out what's real. Because a lot of the set dressing, it's not actually real, but they've already told you what's real. They just didn't tell you with verbiage as to what exactly was real. So the teddy bear, oh god, the teddy bear is an allegory to Pan. Okay, Pan the god. It's not a god, of course. It's an allegory to Pan, more correctly, Baal. For the purposes of their sex, right? And this would be the case even with a benevolent sect, right? But they've got Pan Baal with heterochromatic eyes. Okay, this the left hand of you either go down the left path of Baal or you go down the right path of Baal. Okay, we're gonna get to that later. They've got the moon formation. They've got the moon in its phases on the bed. Okay, that's an allegory to... There's probably a few Ishtarians in the team. Well, at Balenciaga. That's just an allegory to Ishtar. It's another one of it's another one of the gods they worship. They've got the Dragon of Chaos on the wall. A few of them. I'm actually baffled that they've got that. And then they've got the Oompa Loompa. Now I forget exactly what the Oompa Loompa is by the symbolism, but for the purposes of this, you can treat it as a spirit. Okay, if you are Muslim or you practice Islam, then you will know these as jinns, right? This is a jinn that they've put in the image. Right, all these Hollywood folks, they've got their own jinns. They do their DMT deep dives. They meet the jinns. Anyway. But yeah, they put this image out. Right? They just out and open with it. The Lunarian thing. Why does it matter that they got moons on here? Well, that's an allegory to Moon Day. Ishtar, Easter. I'll get to the days of the week in a bit. Or perhaps right now, right? So what are the days of the week? The days of the week are allegories to false gods, false deities. Sunday, that's the sun's day. That's the day in commemoration of Nimrod, the son of Cush, also known as Tammuz. Monday, that's Moon Day. That's the day in commemoration of Ishtar. Easter is another period in the year that's in commemoration of Ishtar. She is also an allegory to Semiramis, who birthed Tammuz. And she's also an allegory to the Mother Goddess. Why does she matter? Because we are in a society that is governed by the divine feminine principle right now. Tuesday, Tyre's Day, that's Tiamat. Wednesday, Woden's Day, Odin's Day. Thursday, Thor's Day. Alright, everyone is now a venerator of Thor after the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Friday, Freya's Day, and Saturday is Saturn's Day. Remember the Saturnians? Some people might ask, why do they have deities from Norse mythology on this list? Well, they've got the Norse mythological deities because they believe the Vikings are the original Übermenschen. And I suppose I should talk about manu cornutos for a bit. What are manu cornutos? These are all of these hand signs that you see about the place. Your 666, that's the OK sign. I don't know why the mainstream liberal media wanted to paint the sign as a quote-unquote alt-right sign. I don't know why they wanted to do that, because all the NBA players are throwing up the 666 when they get in threes. Anyway. Anyway, so there's the 666, there's the devil horns, there's the peace sign, which is the sanitized devil horns, and there's any symbology of the Red Bull that you might see. Why does the Red Bull matter? The Red Bull matters because the Red Bull is another piece of imagery for Baal, or the Baphomet. When it's Chicago Bulls, it's the Red Bull, and you've got the MK Acid Michael Jordan cooking up a storm over there, it was meant to be. Why did Vettel bow to the Red Bull? Because he wanted to be the candidate for the GOAT. Does he know? Does he not know? Who knows? He knows. Alright, and then you've also got some Masonic symbols. The one Masonic symbol you should look out for is the Masonic Dugon. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Wildly enough, the information is redacted. It's very difficult to find it. But either way, I will find a piece of film for it, hopefully. When you look out for the Masonic Dugon, you'll see a lot of powerful individuals in various places throwing that one down. Alright, any Red Bull that you might see about the place, that is an allegory to the Baphomet, and that all leads into Baal, Nimrod, Chaos, Pan, and what have you. Right, Pan, by the way, known for bestiality and pederasty. That's why they got the little girl in this Baal lenciaga mess out here. Alright, so some people might ask, oh, why doesn't any of this information come out from these Hollywood spheres? Well, it does. It legitimately does, just that, well, people don't listen. People don't listen when this shit comes out, and then the people get discredited, and it doesn't matter what they said. All of a sudden that person's a schizophrenic, they're just talking some babble. Alright, don't matter what they said at that point. And that's just because they said so. So what happens in those back rooms in Hollywood? And this, quite frankly, goes on everywhere. Alright, you go to Korea and all their and their whole industries and apparatus over there. It's the same spec. It's the same spec everywhere. Alright, so you get into the back rooms. This is when you've cracked, well, for an artist it would be $1 million of net worth, but when you crack that, the doors in the back rooms open for you. There's 3 doors. I say there's 4 doors, but there's 3 doors: the left door, the center door, and the right door. There's a 4th door. It's the exit. Very few take the exit.
It's a level of success where it's a door. It's a door. When you platinum and you getting 50,000 a show, I've been there. There's a door that you can walk in. I'm not sure if it's homo or if it's Illuminati. I just didn't take that though. I went straight.
What do you mean?
This is when you get to a level of success, when you getting 30, 40, 50,000 a show, you platinum, you running across the world. There's 3 different doors, right? There's 3 different ways to walk. There's to the left, there's to the right, and then there's straight. Straight is you're on your own. Let's see if you continue this success, young man.
Okay.
Let's see if it was all about your skills, young man. Let's really see that.
Okay.
When you went straight. To the right, I'm not sure if that's the homo shit right there. And then there's to the left, I'm not sure if there's some sacrifice shit going on right there. I'm not sure because I went straight. But I was offered these doors.
But anyway, in the left door, remember the Baal Lenciaga teddy bear with the heterochromatic eyes, the left side and the right side. On the left side, right, you gotta do all sorts of crazy over there. Right, there's pansexual parties. I mean, I've already said pansexual, so bestiality doesn't matter at that point, neither does the pederasty. But you go through the left door, you gotta partake in all of that to go through the Kemetic mystery school systems, as well as some ritual sacrifices. The Migos went into the left door, Ye went into the left door, his mom got ritually sacrificed. Jada Pinkett Smith went into the left door, Tupac copped that one. Oh boy. Why did Tupac cop that bullet? Well, because that was the man Jada Pinkett loved the most, so it had to be him. For her star to shine, it had to be Pac and Bang Bang. Alright, I don't know what's gonna happen now with the Migos now that Takeoff is dead, but they went through the left door, and it was one of their own that was gonna get ritually sacrificed. Alright, now they really start spending money. Anyway, then there's the right door. If you go through the right door, you're expected to partake in homosexual acts, as well as how do I say this part? As well as allow the generational sissification of your lineage. Right, Will Smith, he went through the right door. He didn't know how that nigga didn't know how real that shit was when he went in there. He didn't fucking know. And it's a problem for him because Jada went through the left door. It's a problem for him. That's why they done this what's this open marriage shit that they done? That's why they done that. So that she could have her orgies in the left door and he could get his booty busted in the right door, and if anyone catches feelings for anyone who's doing the thing, it's okay, it's an open marriage. Will Smith, he played some character in a movie a while back that got booty blasted a long while, but let me not say a long while back, but pretty far back. Alright, why did they do that? Karmic retribution. That's why they did that. Can't recall the movie. And allegedly, that was a live sex scene, just like when Halle Berry had to do the thing with Pierce Brosnan in that James Bond flick. Literally, that was a live sex scene as well. Alright, and Will Smith, he didn't know how real this shit was. Jaden Smith, if you've been paying attention to Jaden, he is very well versed in the Babylonian Kemetic mystery school system. He is very well versed. Right, that's why he did his whole double album Sire and Aries. Alright, he's seen both the left door and the right door. That's why he done that. And if you pay attention in some of those well, do I call them music videos or video loops or whatever? Well, in some of those videos of for his Aries album, I should probably go check out some of the Sire album videos, but for those videos in the Aries album specifically, right, he's got one where he's going through a traumatic transformation underneath a pyramid. Right, that's the Babylonian Kemetic mystery school system right there. It's textbook. It's textbook. Likewise, he's got Sire representing the right hand side, and he's got Aries representing the left hand side, and they're color coded, blue and pink respectively. It's pink because, well, red don't have enough letters, and red would be too on the nose. Just like with the Baal Lenciaga teddy bear. But anyway, likewise, whatever's happening with Will Smith. I mean, Will Smith, he didn't know how real this shit was gonna be, like I said. I should mention that Jaden has indeed swapped the colors around. Alright, because Aries is chaos, Sire is order, But Sire is blue and Aries is pink/red, right? And that's not what the colors actually are in the real world, or at least in this moment in society. All right, of course, you got the Democrat Party is blue, and the Conservatives are red. All right, the Conservatives represent order, the Democrats represent chaos. Chaos represents change, and order represents stability. But anyway, you can flip that and reverse it for whichever time in history you're in. I mean, one thing they do with the fiction a lot is they swap the philosophical underpinnings of the good guys and the bad guys, because it's always an order versus chaos story, and they might make chaos the good guy or order the good guy, pending what they want to do. Right, you see, because Will Smith didn't know how real this thing was going to be, that's why he flipped out on Chris Rock. That's why he flipped out. It could have been any minor motherfucking thing that set him off, and Chris Rock dropped the joke. Jada Pinkett gave him the look of, this nigga fucking with my condition. Despite all the other shit that she done put this nigga through. This nigga fucking around with my condition. That's not, that joke's not allowed. And Will Smith, he just acted. Boom. That was great for the promoters. There was fucking nothing was happening in that fucking Oscars. Let me tell you what, no one was interested in that shit. No one was interested until that slap. Even though in the previous years you had people thanking Satan and what have you. But anyway, back onto the doors. Right, the center door is where you are allegedly on your own, quote unquote. Mind you, if you manage to stay in the game, you'll still get invites to the top orgies with trafficked women, men, girls, and boys trafficked by your resident top G, whomsoever it happens to be at the time, allegedly. All of this is alleged. The whole damn vid might as well be alleged. But then, right, who went through the center door? Nori. Nori went through the center door. And really, he's the only one that looks like he went through the center door, to be real with you. Dr. Dre might have also gone through the center door. Right, but then, the door that they don't talk about is the exit door to get the fuck out. Anyone remember Chameleon? Yeah, he took that door. That's the door he took. He said, whoa, this shit crazy in here. I'm out. Right, Nori, he's the brother who was talking about these doors. He didn't talk about the exit door. He didn't talk about that. Mind you, Cat Williams, he's been through the doors. I believe Mariah Carey has. She's talked about it, at least. When I talk about people who've been through the doors, I'm talking about people who've talked about it. A lot of people have been through the doors. They just don't talk about it. Alright, but Cat Williams, he's been through the doors. Dave Chappelle, he's been through the doors. He now knows not to talk about that shit. He learned the hard way not to talk about that shit. Anyway, Ye also did a thing. Alright, and I said Ye, he went through the left door. Ye, he's also an MK Acid. Being an MK Acid and being in the craft, they are not mutually exclusive. Right, you can be both at the same time. Alright, but Ye, he's an MK Acid, and someone, I'm saying Milo Yiannopoulos allegedly was given the keys to Ye. This whole thing is alleged. And why does that matter? Why does this matter enough for me to talk about it now? Why did it matter then? Well, because Milo Yiannopoulos, he is an agent of chaos. Right, and Nick Fuentes is a known Nazi. It's bananas what's happening around this nigga right now, this nigga Ye. But anyway, alright, Milo, he's got some interesting takes, but he's definitely an agent of chaos. He actually belongs nowhere, and if he allies with anyone, he is going to wreck any plans they might have had. Right, that's an agent of chaos. So he is just here to spread confusion and sow discord, and funny enough, you can go to Discord servers nowadays. Yeah, but Milo Yiannopoulos, he's just here to sow discordianism, right? That's the philosophy that he's running on right now. Nick Fuentes, he's just a Nazi, right? That's the short and sweet with him. He's just a fucking Nazi, and he's allowed to live in America because America, land of the free, and all of that shit. So yeah, why am I mentioning Ye? Because Ye wore the lenciaga balaclava on the Alex Jones show. So he's fulfilling a part of his karmic retribution. And mind you, I should also mention with Ye, that song of his, Flashing Lights, right? That's him remembering a part of his... It's not the fucking paparazzi taking snaps with the fucking photographs and all that. No. The flash photography and all of that. No, it's none of that. That's him remembering remembering all the shit that they did to him to put him under the programming. Which part of it is he remembering? The rapid light therapy. That's the part. Right? Stick your eyes open and they're gonna flash lights. Well, until a part of your mind runs away. And then they'll fill it with something new. Anyway, Ye mentioned Hitler. He's trying to get people in trouble with this shit. Why is he trying to get people? I don't know, because there's stupid people out here who, like, will take Ye at his word when he's being piloted by an agent of chaos in Milo Yiannopoulos and the Nazi, Nick Fuentes. Alright, so they obviously fed him some bullshit about Hitler. Hitler, he's a Fabian Society and Tavistock Institute project. Alright, he's an MK Acid as well. He did everything he was supposed to do. Did he get away and flee to Argentina? I don't know. I don't think anyone actually knows. I mean, as time goes on, it's looking likely that he did. I mean, the fact that it's now, nobody knows, instead of just definitive no. Right, and that's the official word. That's the official word. I wish I was like, making a fan fiction right now. That's the official word, last I checked. Oh, they just don't know. But anyway, what was it? He was a big-time occultist. Big-time occultist. And how the Nazis integrated the occult into their society is what really captured the imagination of elite groups such as the Committee of 300. Right? That's what really captured their imagination. And they said, we've got to do this now. It's got to be this way. Right, likewise, the Nazi rocket technology for the space program been covered in, and whatever else would be birthed from the space program as far as, actual applicable technology to everyday life, like your microwave, right? Microwave is working on technology that's developed for the space program. But anyway, all right, the thing that Ye said, first he said that, first he did the Holocaust denial thing. I would suggest disassociating from Ye on the fact that he's now said that. I don't know how he's an MK Acid. I really wonder how MK Acid's heads work. Like, how would you even fix your head to say the thing? That's absolutely not what happened. What happened is way worse than that. I can't even say it. But absolutely, the numbers are correct. Probably underestimated on some level. But Hitler, like I said, he's an MK Acid. He did everything that he was supposed to. Who funded him? Well, you can go find that out on your own. You see, I'm not the historian, so I don't have all my ducks in a row in terms of references this way and that way, like the actual trained historian would have. But there's people who are actually doing that on YouTube, so you can go check them out. Right, and what else did Ye say? That Hitler constructed the first highway? Absolutely not. He did construct the first section of the Autobahn, but not the first highway. But Anyway, yay, this guy. This guy is here to get anyone foolish enough to parrot whatever he's peddling as fact in trouble. That's what he's here to do right now. Right, and he's still releasing music on the YouTube so that there's an actual raw number as to how many people are actually interacting with him still. Just so that the apparatus knows how many people gonna be in trouble. I mean, if you weren't already on a watch list, you probably are if you're still listening to Ye's music. But yeah, MK Ultra, I just gotta mention this in closing. MK Ultra is way older than you think. Right, there's the 3 names convention for MK Ultra assassins. Why is that important? Because a particular John Wilkes Booth assassinated Lincoln. Right, there's nothing new under the sun over here. They had all this shit before. They just got caught. They just got caught in the 60s. Well, they just got caught for their fandangling in the 60s. They didn't get caught for what they were fandangling thereafter. Right, everyone takes whatever's happening out in the world as gospel. Oh, look at the celebrities, they're doing a thing. Right, but there's a 3 names convention for MK Ultra assassins: John Wilkes Booth, the Lincoln assassin, and the alleged JFK assassin, Lee Harvey Oswald. What actually happened with the JFK assassination is that there was like 7 fucking assassins on duty that day. That's what actually happened. I don't know why they shuffled that story out of the way. I really don't understand why they shuffled that history out of the way, I should say. They won't tell you that in a lot of these documentaries nowadays. That there were 7+ assassins on duty that day to take out JFK. They ain't gonna tell you that. He was a marked man. As soon as he wanted to bring back the gold standard, he was a marked man. Because that you fuck up you fuck up the international bankers' money. That's the whole system. That's the whole system. They love this fiat shit. Alright, and Trump, he was about to get himself into the same trouble. I don't know what they did to tame him, or if they just found a way to make sure he doesn't get office again. Whatever they've done, I don't see him actually being relevant, right? But people are going to hold on to him for whatever reason. It is what it is. Now, one thing worth mentioning is that the very first Secretary of Defense, he was an MK asset as well, right? James Forrestal. You can go look him up. He was the first Secretary of Defense for the USA. He was dispatched at Bethesda, Maryland. That is a major MK Ultra hotspot. They say that themselves in the documents. Alright? That came out in the declassifieds. And they dispatched the first Secretary of Defense. Secretary of Defense at Bethesda, Maryland. And I say dispatched specifically because James Forrestal is on record as saying that he never wanted to be taken to Bethesda, Maryland, because he knew that as soon as he went in there, he would never come back out again. Alright, and there's different grades. One other thing to consider with the MK assets is there's different grades of MK assets. Alright, diamond, platinum, gold, and the riffraff down below. There's different grades. Alright, your diamond assets, those are your Beyoncés, your Marilyn Monroes, probably Ye on some level. Jigga as well. Jigga, by the way, he's in the craft. He's always doing that triangle of power. Alright, he's always doing that. Alright, that's another mano cornuto, but anyway, he's always busting out that one. Alright, but back to the MK asset grading. You got your diamond grade assets. A lot of the diamond and platinum grades also have MK Ultra 6 kitten programming as well as assassin programming. You know, they're graded because of how stable they are mentally. They're graded in terms of how stable they are mentally, along with how many different personalities they can hold. Alright, so you've got your diamond grade assets, you got your platinum grade assets. These are like your rock stars who just seem to stick around for whatever reason. Okay. Along with, and you've also got athletes and all these things, along with politicians, actual specialized units that would operate in a military apparatus, like your spies and stuff. You see, this is why the MK Ultra thing could never be put away, because you know, you're giving these you're giving these military guys the opportunity to make perfect spies, right? You're giving these intelligence guys the opportunity to make perfect spies, right? This is why it could never go away. This is why people should actually wake up and, you know, just take a look at what's happening around you. Your athletes, they would refer to them as what? Monarch children? Is it monarch children? Monarch assets. And they would have monarch programming. Then you've got your lower grade, the gold and below, gold, silver, bronze assets, right? These are the type of assets that would make the news for spurious reasons, such as a suicide bomber, such as a school shooter, such as a well, the 9/11 guys were actually very high grade assets, because they were performing things with the jets that even career pilots couldn't do, allegedly. This is all alleged, right? Right? There's all of this in the air. Each time one of these assets goes off, what is it that they're actually doing? They're sowing chaos. They're sowing discordianism, right? It's in the music. It's it's in the music. It's in the movies. It's in the news. Notable events, weather, and sports. This is your news. It's everywhere, right? And any time that there's chaos being kicked up around the world, they make it a point to show you that must play on the news. All right, and this is why I say this in other videos. This is why I say Cthulhu is always going to swim left. The lenciaga teddy bear, right, with its heterochromatic eyes, right? They didn't make it a fully red eye. It's supposed to be a fully red eye. It's not going to be a fully red eye, because that would imply that there's balance to this game, and there's no actual balance to this game. And people are gonna find that out people are gonna find that out in their own time. Currently, Harvard were announcing that they were going to start accepting applications for studies on LGBTQIA plus infants. Now you see, I can't talk about this. You see, I can't talk about this because I've talked about it in other places that are much more backwater. I've talked about it in backwater places, and I got in trouble there. So for damn sure, can't talk about this on the YouTubes. Right, for damn sure. But do take note, Harvard opening applications for studies of LGBTQIA infants, right? If you know, you know. Of course they walked it back, nothing happened. Of course they walked that shit, they have to walk that shit back. But they walked it back very quickly. Suddenly it's like nothing happened, or everyone been memory hold. Yeah, they'll try again later when they think the programming is right for it. Oh yeah, you part of that whole MK Ultra acid grade tree. Oh yeah, you part of that. You somewhere at the bottom, down there in the riffraff with me. But as soon as the riffraff is ready for this type of level of programming to take hold, snap, it's gonna be like whatever you thought was real, well, you're gonna be in a brave new world then. But Cthulhu will swim left once again. You see, Elon Musk, he started caving on all of his free speech stuff on the Twitter. He started caving on that, and then I'll just make the platform behave badly. They'll talk about that instead of the free speech renege. Right? But anyway, that's the vid. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Hell yo, Breezy, let me show you how to keep the dice rolling when you're doing that thing over there, homie. Hey, let's go! Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away. Better know that I don't and I won't ever stop. Cause you know I gotta win every day. Go! See, you really wanna pop me. Go! Just know that you will never flop me. And I know that I gotta be a little cocky. Go! You ain't never gonna stop me. Every time I come a nigga gotta set it, then I gotta go and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing a nigga think that he be doing, cause it doesn't matter, cause I'm gonna dead it. Then I'm gonna murder everything and anything about it. Boom, about a bing. I gotta do a lot of things to make it clearer to a couple niggas that I always win and then I gotta get it again and again and again. And I be doing it to death and now I move a little foul. Nigga better call a rap and everybody know my style. Niggas know that I'm the best when it comes to doing this. And I be banging on my chest and I'm banging in the east and I'm banging in the west. And I kinda give you more and I will never give you less. You will hear it in the street and you can read it in the press. Do you really wanna know what's next? Let's go. See the way we on it and we all up in the race. And you know we gotta go now try to keep up with the pace. And we struggling and hustling and set it and get it.